When I teach people about real estate, it's really about adding value. It's not just about, oh, I'm gonna flip this house. Okay, well, why are you flipping that house? You're flipping that house because the buyer who wants to buy that house does not want to deal with contractors. They just want to start a new life with their family, right? Yeah. But a lot of times these crash courses, they just make real estate seem like a scam, and that's one of the biggest things out of it. It's nothing wrong with that.
That's the problem I had with
it's just like it's like a big sales pitch, but it's like, okay,
it was a big pitch. It made it look like flipping houses can be your monthly salary.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not saying it can't, but like you have to understand the level that they're at and then a level that a beginner is at. Okay, you're not gonna start out. When I started in real estate, it took me a while to really get my engines rolling to do my first deal, right? So and that's what they don't tell you. They think, oh, anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. No, it takes a certain skill set to be able to do this. Anybody can do this, but it takes you developing those skills. If you're not a people person, it's gonna be very difficult to deal with real estate, because any real estate transaction, you're gonna deal with a closing attorney. I know in Georgia we have to deal with closing attorneys. We don't have title. You can't do title closes. You're gonna have to deal with some kind of appraiser or somebody who's gonna make sure that there's equity in that property. You're gonna have to deal with buyer or seller. There's so many parties involved that you gotta be able to deal with people. If you're not a people person, you can't do this. So they just make it seem like, oh, anybody can do this. You can learn how to do this overnight. You can't. It took me years studying real estate before I got the courage to start a business and learn how to, learn about liability, learn about, corporations. It's a lot to it. It's a lot more to it. So if you just...
I think the second thing that you said, you got to know finance.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh man, that's really what this game is all about, because a lot of people are buying properties, even in Atlanta right now, they're overpaying, right? I'm not going to sit here and say that you shouldn't overpay for property, because at the end of the day, it is an investment in your future. As long as you can amortize the note, it's a good deal. But if you're just gonna overpay because, well, you got an okay job, you're making a little bit of money right now, to me, I would say always get the asset first. So my game is, my first deal, I want to get a quadplex. I want to get 4 units. FHA loan, they'll require you to live in it for a year, so I can pretty much house hack, live for free, have 3 tenants paying down my mortgage for me. I'm living for free, and then take that money and then park that money, go do another deal. But if you're just gonna buy a single family house or a condo for 400 grand and then think, oh, I have an asset. No, you don't have an asset. It's not an asset because it's not generating income. Assets generate income. If you don't understand that, it's gonna be hard for you to do anything in this market, So a lot of people don't understand that. They just think, oh, real estate, they're not making any more of it. Like, no, it's so much more to that. Like, so much more to it. I deal with a lot of people who overpay for property, and they calling me because they're facing foreclosure. So we'll take over their payments, maybe do a subject to or amp deal or something like. But it's a lot more to it than than what you hear on the radio and stuff like that. So that's the one thing I hate about real estate, is they just make it seem like this scam, and it's not, man. It's not supposed to be like that.